morning, church. I was asked to do a sermon about fear. Although people say that fear is normal, therefore I feel normal. So, what is fear? Fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that something or someone is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat. Well, there are like three types of fear, but I don't know how to explain it. Tatakot ka. If somebody scares you, obviously you're gonna be scared. Or nakakabahan ka. Like, you're scared to what, you don't know what to say to the person. Or, magduwagin ka lang. Baka may bumulong sa... So,
Like father, like son.
why do we fear? People say, why do we fear? We fear because of the unknown. Like, for example, going to a cave. Like, just like I said. Like, you don't know what's inside there. There may be bats or something. You don't know what it's like. You're so scared because you don't know what you're gonna do, what you're gonna see. Knowing the fact that you're scared, if you don't know what's in there yet, you haven't even tried yet. And another thing is insecurity. Like, if you have no money, or you feel so insecure that what am I gonna do with my life now? Or, like, if you're taking a vacation, people keeps telling me that it's hard to go there if you have no money. Like, for vacation in, for example, Mexico. And fear is a close relative to worry. They both paralyze. Many folks today are living in the bondage of fear. There are like also all sorts of fear, like fear of death. Well, if you're a believer, you don't have to be scared of death because you already have Christ in you. Because fear of death, life is just nothing. Life is just like a grain of sand, right? Like we have a whole beach to worry about because there's like countless beaches ahead of us. In heaven, nothing will matter. We can sing, jump up and down, laugh for 1,000,000 years without getting tired. And if you say, "Oh, I wasted 1,000,000 years laughing," we have more eternity ahead of us, right? Yeah, fear of sickness. There's also fear of sickness, fear of failure, fear of poverty, fear of being alone, fear of germs. And there's also like, you have unpreparedness. For example, if you write a test, if you don't study, obviously you're going to be afraid. Oh, I don't know what's the answer of this test. I don't know what's the answer in question 1. And yeah, and also the causes of fear is that if you have bad experiences in the past, if I've had bad experience, like for example, if something bad happened to you, whether to a person or a thing, and then later on you don't trust them anymore. So what do we do if we're afraid? Although fear is normal, we should not live in fear, because it's an unhealthy, productive, and that's not what God wants us to be. We need to overcome fear by admitting our fears and telling them to God. Well, that it's normal to be afraid, but if you ask God, He will help you and He will show you the way. Like, be strong and be courageous, do not fear or be dismayed, for the Lord is with you. And develop a regular time of reading the Bible to increase our faith. Fear is the enemy of the human race. It inhibits and reduces us and causes us to live as spiritually. Fear is also the great enemy of faith. Moody said that some folks went to heaven in second class and some go first class. He said that the second class were those who said, as David said in Psalms 56:3, "When I am afraid, I will trust in you." The second class say, "I will trust and not be afraid." And Isaiah 41:10 says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will uphold you with the right hand of my righteousness." Fear is also the father of cruelty. Like the rattlesnake strikes, the dog bites, and the cat scratches when they are in a panic of fear. That's the same is true when a man kills. It's often because of the panic of fear. Fear also robs the soul of sunshine. It turns the optimist into a pessimist. But what does Jesus say? What does Jesus say about fear? Peace I live with you, my peace I give unto you. Not as the world gives, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. If you have more faith, you will have less fear. So if you trust in God more, you will not be afraid of anything. You don't have to worry about anything because it will seem like it's nothing anymore. Always acknowledge the presence of the Lord. Yeah, like I said before, fear is normal. Like in boxing terms, fear is your friend. But you use your fear to reflect in your opponent. Same thing with us. We have to reflect our fear. We have to use our fear to reflect it in our lives because it's like fighting. Just like Manny Pacquiao said during the De La Hoya fight, if you train hard, the fight is easy. So therefore, he's not afraid. You can tell. That's why he won. Jesus said to all, fear not life. I lived it, and nowhere do you have to go that I have not been. Fear not death. I died and rose again. Fear not eternity. I inhabit it. When you overcome fear, you overcome everything. Like John 16:33 said, for these things I have said unto you, in this world you will have peace. But in this life you have trials and tribulations. But you don't have to fear because I already overcome the world. If you fear God, you won't fear anybody. Because therefore He's the remedy of fear. Fear in certain faith is the certain aspects of His character, and that's the answer. Faith in His presence, His power, and His promises. May God bless you all.